The Bible indicates that God will judge people on the basis of the light that they have.
All right, I see we're starting off strong here. But for those who don't know, this is William Lane Craig, popular, Christian apologist.
Far from raising the bar or the epistemic standard that Christianity must meet to be believed, I lower it.
And this is, to be clear, the very beginning of the clip. So let's let him go on and see what he means by the light.
And so the people who have never heard the gospel of Christ won't be judged on that basis.
I feel like this is a pretty popular debate in Christianity. I certainly heard about it in my church growing up. Whether or not, if somebody had heard the gospel, they would actually, be judged based on that. And it doesn't make sense to judge somebody based on something they haven't heard.
That was easy.
That will be manifestly unfair.
I 100% agree that that would be unfair, but the Christian God, especially the Old Testament Christian God, is kind of a fucking monster. So it wouldn't surprise me if that ended up being, something that people would be judged on whether or not they've heard it. But I'm sure he's going somewhere with this.
Rather, they will be judged on how they have responded to God's general revelation in nature and conscience.
And this is kind of where it goes completely off the rails, because you can't prove any sort of a general revelation in nature or in conscience. In fact, at the most basic level, all this is a look at the trees argument. Terrible stuff.
That's dumb.
Which is universally available at all times in history.
It's absolutely not, and the proof of that is atheism. Now, okay, I can't speak for all atheists, but for me, if there was some kind of general revelation that told me that there was a God, that, that God was real, I would not be an atheist. I very well may be an anti-theist, but I would not be an atheist, because how am I going to deny something that is just right there, right there to be seen? If somebody could point out this general revelation to me, that would be the first thing I'd make a video on, was, the fact that God was real.
Hello, my children. I am the light and the way.
Fellas, what the f*** is going on?
So God is a loving God and a fair God who wants everyone to be saved.
Does he, though? Because you would think that if a God wants everybody to be saved, he would be working a little bit harder on actually revealing his existence.
And will judge people fairly on the basis of the light that they have.
I don't think it's fair to judge somebody based on something that you think they should know. When I say I don't believe in a God because I can't find any evidence for one, I'm very much being sincere. I'm not trying to hide the existence of this God myself because, I want to sin or I want to do this or that. Anybody that tells you that you're only an atheist because you want to sin or this and that is lying through their teeth and trying to use that to convince you to believe.
Come on!